So in Islam, we believe in one God.
This shit is so corny. The fact that these guys try to do this. I told you guys, only focus on preaching to people how 3 equals 1. The fact that you guys don't understand basic common sense that is portrayed in the Quran, not every single thing Quran says is supposed to be taken literally. But that is expecting too much from you guys.
Exactly. It is so simple in Islam. Not like Christianity with the Trinity.
Don't worry, I'm gonna give you an example of what Trinity is like when you explain it to people and what Islam is like.
We just believe in one God with 2 right hands. He has what now?
So you guys are not just blind, deaf, and dumb. You guys lie too. Surah Isra chapter 38 verse 75. He said, "O Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating to what I created with my own 2 hands? Were you arrogant or were you among the exalted? Where did you get the 2 right hands from?"
He has 2 right hands. So Allah has created parts. No. Why would you think? Because hands are created. So Allah has created parts. No. Why would you think? No, Allah's hands are different. They bear no resemblance to our hands and are beyond human comprehension. You don't say how. But he has hands, and both of them are right hands. Yes, but Allah's hands are special. Try not to imagine it. Don't worry about it, Habibi. This is still so much simpler than the Trinity. You just believe in one God who has 2 right hands and a shin. A shin. Yes, the Quran says to beware of the day when Allah will expose his glorious shin.
Another lie. Chapter 68 verse 42. On the day when the shin is uncovered and they are called to prostrate, but they will not be able to. Where did you get Allah's glorious shin from? Who told you that? So the next time someone says all hands on deck, make sure you expect only hands showing up. When someone says he doesn't have the backbone to do something, make sure you check if the person has spine behind his back, or he might actually be lacking spine. When someone says the foot of the mountain, make sure you check if the mountain has feet. Are you serious?
So he has a shin, which means he has a physical part. No! Why would you think? No, Allah is not a creature, so he doesn't have created parts. You don't say how. Then how can he have 2 right hands and a shin? Listen, Habibi, this is beyond our comprehension. We cannot understand how Allah has body parts that are also not really body parts. But we know Allah has 2 right hands and a shin and a face and eyes and a giant foot that he will place over hell. But don't try to imagine it.
La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. This guy is by far one of the dumbest Christians I know. When Allah says seeking his face in here is seeking his approval. There is not a single verse of the Quran where he puts his foot in hell. Why? Who told you that? And you're lying in front of thousands of people? And oh my goodness, whatever would we do that the being who created all of us might have eyes. La ilaha illallah.
And remember, this is so much simpler than the Trinity. It's because that's...
Let me explain Islam in one verse. Chapter 2, verse 171. Righteousness is not that you turn your face towards the east or towards the west. But righteousness is to believe in Allah, the last day, the angels, the book, and the prophets. That's it. If I'm explaining this to a 5 or 6 year old, they will explain it easily. Now let me explain the Trinity in terms of how would it be if it were supposed to be a rocket science, because rocket science would actually be easier to understand. Watch this.
This is one rocket, but also 3 rockets. Each rocket is fully the entire rocket, but they're still distinct rockets. One rocket has more authority, but all rockets are equally supreme. The rocket does not know the launch time, however, it still knows all things. The rocket is fully rocket, the launch pad is fully rocket, the fuel is fully rocket, but there are not 3 rockets, but 1 rocket. And finally, my personal favorite, the rocket itself launched itself into itself to sacrifice itself to itself to save you from itself.
Which is easier to understand, Islam or Christianity?